I was injured on July 3rd, 2010, the day right after my birthday, my 24th.
Terry, wake up, brother. Hey, stay with me.
So the day I was injured, it was my very last mission outside the wire before I was supposed to leave. I had volunteered to go to Peru, and I was supposed to work at an orphanage and teach the local kids English. So I remember the day of that mission, I had just this horrible feeling in my gut. Call it Murphy's Law. Everything seems so good to be true. It was the day after my birthday, my very last mission. I was supposed to go to this awesome country and do some awesome work with kids. And I had this really bad feeling that, everything was going to go wrong. And sadly enough, I was right. Long story short, we were caught in an ambush, a really good ambush. And luckily, I was the only one seriously injured. As I laid up on that mountain, I realized I was shot, and I really did think I was going to die. And it just seemed like there was no way for me to get off that mountain and get back to my guys. I remember just laying there on the ground and pretty much, I want to say coming to terms, but coming to realize that if I wasn't going to get help soon, then I wasn't going to make it. I made it off that mountain because I had decided that I didn't want to die. I really didn't create any sort of plans in my mind. I had no idea what I was going to do. It was just something instinctive. I put my weapon on safe. I used it as a crutch, and I threw myself over the ledge of the mountain. I landed on a switchback just beneath it, maybe 3 feet. And I did it again, just kind of like, almost in a robotic fashion, like kind of as if I was just getting out of bed, and I fell 60 to 80 feet and managed to land close enough for my guys to see me. It took me in total 10 months to recover at Walter Reed Army Hospital, and it's taken me 12 surgeries so far. I think 6 of them were to take care of any major complications, and the other half were just to get out shrapnel over my leg. So we're on the bomb, I was shooting up, and then we're moving. And since I'm a machine gunner, it's really important that I start shooting right away. The round hit into my leg, and it hit my bone, and exploded, pretty much becoming a mini grenade. A bunch of shrapnel took out a chunk of my hip. I can physically run now, although I shouldn't, because this is pretty much what happens if I do run. Because I'm missing a chunk in here, when I do run, that impact just demolishes my hip. And the doctors have told me eventually when I get older, arthritis will set in, and I'm gonna need a new hip. Oh yeah, I got a Purple Heart too.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So the race is taking place in Quebec, Canada, August 2014. I'm going to be swimming 2.2 miles, biking 114 miles, and then speed walking 26.2 miles. Maybe doing a light jog if I can. It's kind of funny because when I was in Afghanistan and prior to Afghanistan, I used to I used to train at the gym just religiously just to get in shape for it. And to be honest, what went through my mind was a lot of hate, a lot of anger, particularly for the Taliban. It's funny now because as I'm training for this Ironman, I don't have that anymore. I'm not thinking about Afghanistan. I'm not thinking about the Taliban, and I'm not angry. All I think about is how I don't want to let these kids down, how I don't want to let Grace down. Grace is my hero. She's sort of like my sponsored child who I am racing on behalf of. Grace suffers from neurofibromatosis, and from the age of 18 months until 4, she's had daily visits to the hospital, ranging anything from MRI scans to chemotherapy. So I'm doing this race on behalf of my grandmother. Well, it started with my grandmother. When I was in high school, she passed away from breast cancer, and that hit me pretty hard. I mean, everyone knows about breast cancer and so many other diseases out there, but you never really stop to think about it until it hits home. So after my grandmother passed away, I told myself that I wanted to do something to help those like my grandmother who was afflicted with a disease and try to help ease their burden somehow. And I came across the Children's Tumor Foundation while I was searching for a cause, and it just really resonated with me. It's a non-profit organization, and their mission is to find a cure and treatment for neurofibromatosis. So I started this race on behalf of my grandmother. I wanted to honor her memory. I wanted to do something to help alleviate someone's burdens, the same way my grandmother had went through so many different burdens when she was undergoing treatment for cancer. Now in particular, I think of Grace as I trained, and I also think of a child. His name is Alvin. His mother reached out to me via Facebook, and he also suffers from neurofibromatosis. So as I go through this, these names and these people I see online are becoming more and more personal to me. It's no longer just some random cause, and these people are real, and I want to help. Neurofibromatosis, or NF, is a genetic disease that causes tumors to grow along your nervous system, and these tumors grow on pretty much anywhere throughout your body. I definitely think I'm making a difference. Like I said, the world's not a perfect place. It's never going to be a perfect place. There's always going to be illnesses and disease, but I don't think that should stop us from trying. So my life didn't come out the way I had it planned. I didn't become an Army Ranger. I didn't become a Green Beret. I'm not the private security contractor that I thought I was going to be, traveling the world, living life, guts and glory and all that. I've learned to just accept life as it comes. Take it with the good, take it with the bad. I've learned that I'm not going to let anything stop me, even myself. Even though I can't run, that's not going to stop me from training for this Ironman. Even though I can't run, that's not going to stop me from raising money for neurofibromatosis. And even though I can't run, it's not going to stop me from completing this Ironman. I've learned that I just have to adjust my goals and adjust the way I've had my life envisioned. That just because I can't run or I can't do the things I had wanted to do in life doesn't mean that life is over. There's still so many things I want to accomplish and so many things I managed to accomplish. And even though I didn't take leave in Afghanistan and go to Peru, I managed to go there in 2012 and volunteer and teach a local kids English as I had planned. So life is what you make of it. Like Norman Vincent Peale said, empty pockets never held anyone back, only empty heads and empty hearts.
Hola, chicas.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué? Oh, sorry. Ciao. Ciao, Bill. Ciao. 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 Gracias. Joseph?